in one place, you almost look like you're locked up.
Hey,
There we go.
hey.
There we go. Hi.
We expect too much and do too little. Come join us today. My name is Coach Kinsey Shae, and this is Bobby Merwin. He's a counselor. So we're kind of going from a Gen X lens. So welcome to gen-x-ploration. And we kind of look at it from a man-woman perspective. Because perspective is awareness, and awareness is your path forward. It's that needle point move to move your butt forward.
Wow. And that's going to be the show. Thank you very much. You've just put everything in we need. We're going to be done today. If you'd like and subscribe.
No.
Kidding.
Like and subscribe, do all that fun jazz. But honestly, I did a post today, and instead of a meme, or meme, whatever.
You said it perfectly earlier. 5 minutes before we started the show, you had this.
I did.
It's the camera. It just does something to you. Oh my God. Let me move my camera. There we go.
So I did this post. Expect nothing, appreciate everything. Just repeat that. Let that
expect nothing, appreciate everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I like it. You showed it to me earlier. I loved it as soon as I saw it. It has to do a little bit with the humility that I feel that we need to have in a first world country, and content and humble. I've always prided myself on being humble.
Right.
And I am content with so little. I think you and I talked about growing up poor. Mm-hmm. And how we grew up, and how, when you got something amazing, it was like you didn't expect that again. Whereas today, I think we just have this instant well, yeah. When is the shoe gonna drop? Yeah. Hey, cool! I got a new pair of shoes. Oh, the lights aren't on. Oh, well, it was either buy Bobby a pair of shoes or have power. Which one do we want? But yeah, I mean, how much you expect, and how grateful you can be for that. And I'm sure you can remember times when you were a kid that your parents would get you something and it wasn't the right brand name, or it wasn't the right the right color. And you're just looking down your nose at it. And now I look at it and go, I cannot wait for the day I get to apologize to my parents, because now you see the effort that they put in. Right. But expect nothing. And, just be humble and be kind.
Right. Yeah. Another, just to kind of piggyback off of this is, you don't deserve anything. Meaning that, your expectations usually is fueled by your logical mind that strokes your ego. Your ego's full capacity is to keep you safe. And to keep you safe, it only knows what you've been through. So when you're trying to up-level your life, when you're trying to change your life, your ego is you're going to want to stroke it and soothe it. And you're going to want to peacock a little bit, be a little bit egocentric. Yeah. And
yep. You are right.
So we get in this, like, I deserve this.
We do.
Quite often we don't look at other people's perspectives and what they've gone through. This isn't comparison. This is just having perspective and awareness, kind of having a temperature in the room of the world, actually, because everybody thinks they deserve the world. Everybody thinks they deserve, everything they expect. But sometimes those gifts of the unexpected allows us to grow. It's exactly what we needed from God, universe, whatever you want to call it, kind of giving us a pathway forward, because we couldn't really get to our next best without learning that lesson.
That's correct. And sometimes, as you said, life just hands that to you out of nowhere. Right. I told you earlier that I had to go to the doctor, had some medical things going on. And it just gives you that white light moment where you're like, have I valued this like I should? Should I be treating this differently? And you really think about it and go like, yeah, let's do something different with this. And it becomes a gift. So I love that myself.
Yeah. All these things that happen to us, like my car accident, everybody's like, oh, it's horrific. It's whatever. To me, it was a blessing. It was a gift. It took the blinders off, if you will, of life. I had a very focused view of life.
So did I.
And once it ripped that away, because it took away all of my coping mechanisms that I thought were healthy. Bury those emotions. Don't talk about it. You gotta win. No surrender. And that's very much a Gen X type of mentality.
Never give up. Never surrender. Yes, exactly.
We keep that armor on. We tend to be skeptical just to keep ourselves safe. It armors ourselves from getting hurt, or we think it does. So having this acceptance of oneself and where you're at, because the more that you anchor or plug into energy of the past, of guilt, fear, regret, whatever you want to put those low vibrational type of energies, you are basically investing in a negative feedback. What you invest in is what you're going to see in the windshield. You know what I mean?
Yep, I do. And I've talked to you about the windshield thing and the rear view mirror and looking forward in that. And we've talked about that a few times on the show. Right. And the reason that we do that is because a lot of these elementary elements that we talk about are very, very key. And we tend to look over them in our everyday life. I told you about a podcast that I was listening to on the way home from work today.
Right.
Okay. And they were talking about the Bob Newhart skit that he did. And I'm dating myself, I know, but we're Gen X people, so we'll get this. But there was a Bob Newhart skit that he did where there was this woman that was having all of this stress in her life, and she kept doing this one action. And then he goes, well, I can help you with that. And she goes, oh, good. That's why I'm here. What do you think I should do? And he goes, stop it. Just stop it. Just stop doing that. Right. And she goes, but no. You didn't hear me. Stop it. And I'm like, that's funny. And he's taking the piss out of doing any sort of, psychological work or counseling, but also he's correct. If you're doing that motion and it's negative, stop doing that motion. Right. News at 11.
Right.
It's that simple. So don't make it more complicated than what it is.
I kind of like to look at it, and I got this from a mentor of mine, and it really holds true. I'm very big into energy, and it can really deplete your energy, your station in life, your reality. Basically, your energy field, you look at it as you have a certain amount of energy, like a battery or whatever. And what you plug into, you leak energy. You give your power away. We get in the victim. Okay. So if you plug into, the relationship that didn't work, the job that you got fired from the illness that you didn't want to have, and you just plug into that, and every day you're giving your life force. You look at it like currency in your body. What investment do you want? Do you want to be in appreciation? These replenishing emotions like appreciation, care, love, or do you want to plug into that depleting energy where you're going to suck your battery dry? The anger, the regret, the fear. Right now we are the world is hyper focused and plugging in fear. With the next virus that's going to come, with the next whatever, the list can go on and on and on, what people are plugging into. And that's why mental health is very much at a point of, really overflowing into a long process to heal, because people aren't accepting where they are at and unplugging from the depleting energies that are not serving them at all. And so,
yes,
where are you? Look at your body, your energy of your body as, an investment, like financial investment. Where are you going to invest it? When the thoughts that come in your head when you're like, oh my God, I'm not going to go out because I don't want to be with this person because of X, Y, and Z and so and so. You can simply ask yourself, am I choosing, set intention here, am I choosing to plug my energy into this? Or am I choosing to forgive? Am I choosing to accept? Am I choosing to acknowledge that I did the best I freaking could at the time with the knowledge I had?
There was a lot there. I'm not going to unpack it all, but here's what I can say. So I have been doing a lot of looking at my body and my mind. You were looking down as I said that. You go, look at your body. So I went, okay, what next?
I know sometimes when I get in my genius mode, I did it.
Genius mode. We went from normal to genius, like Wile E. Coyote. Excuse me. But the reflection that we have when we do something negative versus the reflection that we have when we do something positive. I tell you, I've done both of them this week. It's Wednesday. I've done both of them already this week. I had a day where I didn't do what I needed or should have done.
Right.
Wasn't feeling perfect, made excuses, carry the 4, and then went to bed feeling sort of crappish.
Right.
Then there was another day where I did everything that I was supposed to, plus 5%. Went to bed. I'm like, wow, I really kicked its ass today. I'm feeling good. That feels really, really good. So I'm going to try and do that again today. When we're done with this, the day isn't over. I've still got work to do. Right. And I'm going to kick its ass today. And I'm feeling really good about that. So
the thing is it's all about intentional living. And really living from that state of appreciation, because at the end of the day, if you don't get your bullet point, top 3 or top 5 or however you set up your day, it doesn't mean you're a crappy person. It doesn't mean that you're lazy. The thing is that every day you're setting intention to be a better version than yourself. So if you can answer that you did the best that you could, and then you leverage the lessons of why it didn't go so well. Observe, my friends. Look at your day and look at what your time suck was. I mean, like me, if I don't get up and do my mindfulness, do my meditation, do my positive mind work, whether it be podcast or reading, it doesn't get me primed for my day. And my morning routine will go from an hour or an hour and a half to like 4 hours. And like 4 hours later, I'm starting my day. That's midday. I'm starting my day. So it's really giving yourself kind of, I talked about this last week, just the bookends, you have your morning routine and your shut off mode when you, work it. Like I make a non-negotiable, like work is going to be done by 7:00 and I'm putting it all to bed. I'm going to relax. I'm going to eat, go for a walk, do my, do what I do in the evening. Because that will give your body's cues, your mind cues on that. Okay, it's time to go to bed. And I deal with insomnia, and when I don't have a routine, my insomnia is horrible. But when I have my bookends, if you will, my AM and PM routines, I sleep so much better, more soundly. I wake up more refreshed, and I have intention for the day because I accepted myself the day prior, even if I didn't get all the stuff done that I needed to do. There's lessons in everything, and every lesson, every micro lesson is a needle point move forward. It doesn't need to look pretty. It doesn't need to look sexy. It just needs to work for you. There's no comparison. The only comparison is you, yourself. That's it.
Yes. That is exactly right. And I want to touch on your bookends a little bit. In that is a pattern that is something that you yourself can establish. Work with something simple. Think about something that you're going to have that is good for you in the morning that you can eat or that you can do for yourself. Super simple. Do something for yourself in the night that you can say, like, put your phone down. Just as simple as that. Just put your phone down and write yourself a list of a couple of things that you need to do tomorrow. Keep it simple. And then you can start to build on it so that you can have and funnel yourself towards success.
Right. And it's important to do that list prior, like my to-do list, like when I'm relaxing, drinking my sleepy tea, I just brain dump everything on a piece of paper and make it into my list for the next day of what I need to get done. And the thing is I go through my list and then I have two lists, like my priority list of 3 things that I need to get done. And then I have like a never ending list of stuff that I need to do, but it doesn't really matter when I need to get it done. And I just keep checking.
I have a few of those. Trust me. Yes. Yeah. I use an app and I look at it and I'm like, there's still a lot of stuff on my list. I have what's called a 1 foot list. And I'd like to share this with you. This is a trick that I do. There's only certain things that go on this list. And basically 1 foot is not a measurement. It's an acronym for one fucking thing. Yeah. Do one thing off this list today, please, because it will always start to go down if you do that. And I put all of the important things on there that are musts.
Right.
And sometimes the musts don't have to be done that day, but they have to be done that week. Like, I need to call the gas company because I'm moving. It doesn't need to be done in the next half hour.
Right.
But it needs to be done in the next 2 days. That goes on the 1 foot list. And it sits there on my screen right here and looks at me. And I go, I got to take one of those things off the list today. Which one am I going to do? And that way that you feel after you do things like that, again, doing the more positive things versus the more negative, and the personal reward that you get from that. And let's go with this too, how much you deserve it. Because you deserve to feel that good. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, your intentionality, how you structure your day, how you talk to yourself is very pivotal in up-leveling your life. And me sitting here talking to you, I have rough days. There's days where I'm just like, I think because we are very much as humans conditioned to all of our negative self-talk. It's just a program that runs all the time. Over time, our awareness is more in tune with it. So it might be a beat instead of a month or a year where it used to be. So this is a practice of just becoming attuned with your body so that you don't have to spend so much time trying to figure it out. Right. That's the key, because the more you increase your capacity, the more that your biases, your traumas will creep up, because you have to heal it at another level. So a lot of people, they're like, oh, I dealt with this trauma, so I never have to deal with it again. No, you dealt for that trauma in that time and space. And as you increase your capacity and grow, you have to heal it a little bit more. And that's okay.
Yes. That is okay. We have traumas that happen in our lives. Some of them are at 6, some are at 12. For me, it was 22. Okay, that's when the biggest trauma ever happened in my life. And you're dealing with that trauma in a triage situation at that time. Right. And then the triage starts to go away, and then it has to become maintenance. And as the maintenance goes, it becomes less maintenance. I equivocate it to painting the side of a ship. A new ship has 3 coats of paint on it. A 10-year-old ship has 33 coats of paint on it. They never stop painting the damn thing.
Right.
They're always painting it to make sure that it is insulated and doesn't get rusty. And that's what you do with that maintenance to keep it that way. So, painting a ship. Where'd I come up with that? Come on.
I don't want people to get it twisted with painting on. It's not covering up. your emotions. It's not covering.
No, it's working. It's maintaining. Yes.
Maintenance.
Right.
You could take that and like I'm covering it up, and that's not what we're
not
saying.
Covering.
Yeah.
No. I did not say cover up. I said maintain.
Yeah.
Maintaining the outside of the ship. Yes.
I mean,
but no, it's going to be a constant, is what we're saying.
Yeah, and it, you know, just acceptance and having appreciation, and gratitude. That has been the biggest. Because when I first started doing gratitude, I'm like, what the hell is this? Me saying that the sky is beautiful and they're wonderful, and I'm going to, you know, feel my food and be grateful for it as I eat it. Is this really going to help? And I found after doing it for several months after my car accident that my day went a little bit better. That I got more love and support because I had a positive attitude. I mean, my doctors, my lawyers for it, everybody did an extra mile, and my friends, and their number one reason is, Kinsey, you're so positive and you don't give up. And that's why I'm helping you. If I would have been
people
bitter,
are going to work with you. If you're doing that work, they're going to work with you. They want to join you on this.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, positivity does that, because I have, you know, like, you know, people that are chronically ill, they're like, I have nothing to be happy about. And I'm like, you're alive. Do you know, what are you doing today that you didn't do a week ago, a month ago? That's the gratitude. That's appreciation. Who do you have in your life that's helping you? And if you don't have people in your life that is helping you, this isn't me blaming you as a victim. This is me just having observance of what is my attitude towards other people. Because if you're negative, it's just going to repel people from you. I mean, just think about it. You don't want to be around a negative person. If the first thing they say is like, oh, this happened to me because X, Y, and Z, there's a difference between venting to release it off your nervous system or, you know, and you're just complaining to complain to get sympathy and validate yourself externally by other people.
Yeah.
Those are two different things.
Yep.
So if you, I had venting friends, like we would have a code word. I'd be like, it's time to vent, girl. And, she knew that I had guys and girls, but they knew that I wasn't going to them for them to fix it or give me suggestions. I was going to them because I needed to release it off of my chest. I needed to just totally purge it out of my body. And then after the phone call, it was crying, it was whatever. But the thing is sometimes we just have to let ourselves be in with the emotions, let it release, because the more we bury it, the more we ignore it, the more we pretend and not accept what's going on, the more that we're just going to be in this never ending state of, when is the next shoe going to drop, you know? And yeah.
So to dovetail on that, you're not saying that you're just venting to complain. The venting is a system to where you can say things out loud to somebody. They'll give you a little feedback. And when you say them out loud, sometimes you hear it differently in your brain. Right. You can think something, and then you could say, I should go to the store first and then go to Home Depot. And no, I should go to Home Depot first because I'm going to go buy milk. I don't want the milk sitting in the car. Yeah. You said it out loud and you heard it differently. Yeah. So that's one of the better things about venting.
Yeah. Because sometimes when you are stressed or overwhelmed, the whole frontal lobe kind of shuts down. It's the same thing as if you're, neurodivergent if you have ADHD, your whole front end doesn't really click like it's supposed to. So it's all about getting yourself back online. so that you can really process it. And venting, just to vent out the emotion, is a way of you using using a process so your executive function can process it. Because if you just have it in your head, when you're stressed, or if you're, you have ADHD, because I've taken care of quite a few people that have ADHD. They try to muddle through everything in their head, and they get overwhelmed, and they self-sabotage because they don't know what to do. But the thing is, if you can vent, whether it's in a recorder, whether you're writing it in a journal, whether you're whatever, to get it out of your head, you can see it, and it's more manageable. It's more, you feel more capable that you can change the pivot of where you're going, So that's why I say, when you're stressed, you shut down your brain, there are biological reasons, like ADHD is one of them, where you don't process things, your executive functions, and your, frontal lobe isn't really like clicking. But, and it's okay. We are all conditioned. We all have different circumstances. And it's like I talked about last week, just be curious in the process, if, having a vent buddy, if that doesn't work for you, try doing the recorder. If recorder doesn't work for you, brain dump it and do like a mind map and try to figure it out. Okay, this is the main point. I need this much money for whatever for medical or whatever. How can I do it? And just kind of like, line it out of different options that you could do. Because once you see it all on one piece of paper, usually you can find the pathway that you need to take. You will listen to your intuitive self, and it will guide you.
It definitely will. It definitely will. I like everything that you said there. Find different ways to get it out. And I'm going to simplify this in the boy, because we're doing the, from a man and woman perspective. Imagine that you're going to the store, a big, like a grocery store, huge grocery store, and you've got to get 4 things. And as a man, you have these 4 things on your mind: milk, eggs, bread, cheese. Milk, eggs, bread, cheese. And you walk in the store, and 14 seconds later, you couldn't say more than 2 of them.
Right.
But if you write them down, kind of like what you're talking about journaling and doing all that stuff, write it down. Now you can see everything in the store. Now the colors are brighter. Now you can actually function because you know what you need to do. And if you need to pick up extra along the way, like who doesn't, right? You do that, but you're going to get the things done that you need to. That's the key.
Yeah. And, modify your behavior to get a win. Meaning, like when I go to the grocery stores, I don't walk through the aisles. I go through the perimeter, because usually everything on the perimeter is what I need. It's all the healthy food. It's fruits, vegetables, fish, meat, yogurt, cheese, different things that isn't processed. So I don't go in the middle of the grocery store. So because I know if I go in the middle, I'm going to get sweets, I'm going to get this and whatever, and I'm going to eat them because they're there. So I know myself, and it's okay. We're human. We're human. It's modifying your behavior so that you can up level your life. Yeah. And it's a decision. It's intention.
Modifying your behavior so you can up level your life. Can we just call this episode that? That's perfection. Oh, ding, ding, ding. That's so good. Oh, man, you never cease to amaze me. Jeez. Nice job.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what else we can do. I mean, we gave people something good there. Yeah. Don't over expect. Keep it simple, and notice that when you do these things, expect nothing, appreciate everything. When you do these things, that you're going to end up feeling better. And take my example that I had just this week. I did some things that were not positive. you know, and I went to bed going, I don't like this. I don't feel good. And then when I did do things that were positive, I went to bed and I felt good. And you deserve to feel good. You do.
Mhm.
So,
Yep.
there's that.
Yes, yes. So if you guys have found value, please like, subscribe, share if you think that somebody may need this.
Yes.
Because we're doing this from our heart,
Yep.
as a coach, as a counselor, from a
Counselor.
woman's perspective, from a man's perspective. We're trying to, do all the boxes. There's a lot of overlap in the two professions, but there is different intentionality in a lot of ways. So if you need guidance, if you need assistance to map out your life, to really work through your human condition, I mean, hit us up. Our info's in the description, but definitely like, subscribe, and do all that fun jazz so that you can get this each and every week on Thursdays, when we go live. So and put your questions. I love Q&A's days. Those are my favorite.
Oh, I love the Q&As. They're so great. So we should do more of those. We'll do more.
Yes.
We'll do more.
So,
okay.
Light, love, and gratitude, my friends, and we will see you next week.
Look forward to it.
All right.
See ya.